Drum loops are an essential part to many people's production workflow. They can provide the initial spark of creativity for a song and often are the entire rhythmic foundation for the groove of a song. Now, people often can abuse drum loops using the same loop throughout an entire production or using the loop that's been used in many other songs. So people often ask me, how can we have a musical variations of existing drum loops? And we can do this very easily with Groove Agent SE4 in Cubase. So let's take a listen to our drum loop here. Now, when we look at Groove Agent SE4, there are two different types of pads we see here. It's kind of like in a typical drum machine style. We can have pattern pads that can hold the beats themselves, and the sounds are actually held on instrument pads. Now, there's great integration between Cubase and Groove Agent SE4, allowing you to just simply drag and drop audio and place it onto a pad. So if I wanted to trigger this sample now, but once we have our instrument pad selected, we can go to the edit and go to the slice submenu. And then we notice that all the sounds are on, the entire drum loop is on this one single pad. I'm going to click on create slices. And there's several different algorithms. You could have it based on transient, grid, transient plus grid, or manually assigned. And now what's done is it's split up the drum loop at the rhythmically significant points in the audio file and placed each of these slices onto their individual pad. Now, if we go to our pattern pads, we can see that we actually have a pattern that's been created, and it's even carried the name over. So I'm going to drag this file over, and it's now created a pattern for us that will be rhythmically set up to match our existing drum loop. I'll turn off my cycle markers, and let's listen to our original drum loop. Now we can see it being triggered. Now, some people go, it sounds exactly the same, and that's the point, but we've taken one entity and broken it down into 16 entities, and now we could have kind of musical variation. So what I want to do is to just double click here, and I'm just going to do, using my arrow keys on my computer keyboard, just come here and change some of the variation. So again, it's using the same rhythmic feel and the same sounds. So when I go to play it back now, I could listen to my original drum loop. And as we listen to it again, the slice is being triggered. Our variation. And if I wanted to turn this back directly into its own drum loop, I could right click, go to render in place, and I could just render with settings. And now it's created our new drum loop based on our variations. So as you can see, kind of taking a typical drum loop, being able to deconstruct it, be able to have musical variations and turn it back into your own drum loop within Cubase is pretty simple to do. If you found this video useful, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel.